The Whataburger Saga. How fast food changed my life for the better. The Port A expedition. So when I got hired at Whataburger as a, simple fry cook and a cashier, I was stuck at the Whataburger in my hometown. And it was really close to my dad's house, so I was living with my dad at the time, and I could just walk to work whenever I needed to get to work, so I didn't actually need a car. So I was pretty comfortable working with my friends at this, it was like literally outside my neighborhood, so all I had to do was just throw on my little wage cuck outfit, and I would just walk down the street and clock in. No long drive, nothing like that. And how busy this restaurant got wasn't terrible, because I've worked at some restaurants where it's like so busy that it's like fucking like horrendous, like you just hate your life. But this restaurant wasn't bad. There was enough, we weren't running a skeleton crew to where, it was like living hell clocking in, like that you're just panting for air, just overworked. So there was definitely busy moments, there was like the lunch rush, there was the dinner rush, during the early bird, there was the bar rush. So there was moments during the day where it would get really bad, but there was another restaurant in my area in another city nearby, and this city is kind of like a tourist city. And during the summertime, this place gets like packed, and I mean packed. Tourists from all over the country go there to go to the beach. It's an island, and there's a Whataburger on the island. So this Whataburger restaurant needed help. They didn't have enough employees to handle the amount of people that were like showing up in that restaurant. So they were pulling people from different restaurants to fill in the shifts. And it was cool because you would actually make more money. You would make like a few dollars extra per hour. So it was kind of worth it. And you could go on like overtime. So you can make some actually like kind of decent money at the time by working there. And this was during the summer that I was grounded for getting in big trouble and going to juvie, vandalizing some stuff. So I had nothing else better to do than to go to work. Like I said in my last video, work was my escape from home. So one of the area manager, this guy named Rob was this tall, like good-looking guy, probably in his like late 40s, and he was the area manager for all the Whataburgers in my area. So he was like the big boss, so to speak, the corporate that was, making sure all the restaurants were running properly. And we knew Rob, and he was a cool guy. He was a nice guy. And he came to our Whataburger and he asked me and my friends, he was like, hey guys, we need reinforcements on the island. And we're like, yo, for real? And he was like, yeah. And he gave us like some like free Whataburger merch, like t-shirts and stuff. And he was like, yeah guys, I'll pay for, and we'll pay for y'all's meal. So like we could get anything we wanted on the menu for free every time we worked a shift over there. And we got the extra money. So the extra hourly pay and all that good stuff. And so he would literally pick us up in his pickup truck. And so me and my friends, me and my two best friends at the time, Kobe and Jack, we were inseparable. We would play video games together. We were had classes in high school, and we worked out Whataburger together all the time. And bro, Kobe and Jack, those were my boys. Like at work, outside of work, But every time I had a shift with one of them, it was amazing. Like, just, it didn't even feel like I was at work, because we had each other's backs and we would just fuck around like the whole shift. And yeah, when we were like working the fry station or drive-through together, it was just funny as hell. Like, we just, you know, dealing with certain customers that were assholes, we just laughed it off because we were best friends. And no matter how bad that day of work was, you had someone in the trenches with you that you understood, you know, someone that you could relate to. So having my best friends working with me was a real, it made the job not bad. It made the job fun. And I looked forward to going to work because that was like my hangout time whenever I couldn't see them. You know, it felt like I was hanging out with my best friends and just making money. And that's some of the best work that you can have. If you ever have a job with several of your friends and you guys actually get along, that's one of the best environments ever to make money, and you'll actually enjoy it. So we go to the island, he takes us there, and bro, this was like so busy that it was almost unbearable. Like, there was like literally thousands of people coming in and out ordering food every single day. And when you were working your shift, it was nonstop. It was completely nonstop. Me, Jack, and Kobe, we were the fry station. We were the French fries, all that stuff. We didn't work the grill. We didn't work the drive-through or the front counter. We just simply worked the fry station, and that's where we were stuck at because we were good at it. And the fry station can be seen as like one of the easiest positions at a like fast food restaurant because you're just scooping fries. But the fry station, it has its own cursed qualities. So number one, and I'll never forget this feeling, you get covered in that disgusting grease and salt and French fry oil, bro. If you spend like 8 to 10 hours scooping onion rings, fries, chicken strips, you know, fried stuff all day, all that like steam, you know, from the oil like burning from the fryers and splashing, dude, you get covered in literally like a layer of grease. You can feel it on your skin, on your hair, on your arms. It gets in your clothes. You smell like a giant French fry. I shit you not, you smell like a giant French fry. And it starts getting like really, like in the beginning of your shift, it's not so bad. But after many hours of getting coated by that oily coating of grease, you start feeling so nasty and disgusting and like slimy. And like, dude, you touch your face and it just, there's like a sheen. You have like a waterproof lining over your entire body, bro, like an otter. Yeah, the fry station is the nastiest position. Like, at least if you work the front counter, if you're a cashier, if you work in a drive-through, you're not having all that crap splash all over you and coat you in grease all day. On the grill, yes, to a certain extent, you know, you can get a little oily from the burger patties and stuff that you're cooking. But for the most part, yeah, the fry station is disgusting. It is nasty. And there's just grease everywhere. There's salt everywhere. Salt gets all over your skin. And if you have acne, good luck, because your acne is about to break out real bad. The worst acne I had in my life was when I was doing the fry station, from all that grease, man, filling up my pores. And if you take a bath at the end of the night, so when you go home at the end of the night, you literally feel the layers of grease like running off of your skin whenever you're like soaping yourself up. It's insane. It's only a feeling you can get from working in fast food. But yeah, you'll literally feel like the layers of grease just running off with the water and soap. And you feel your skin kind of like open up. So that's one of the cursed parts of the fry station. Definitely the main thing. The second cursed part about the fry station is that it's like really hot. You're in front of these like hot ass fryers and there's not much space, and there's like these heat lamps that keep like the french fries and stuff hot, the onion rings, and that heat is making you sweat like crazy. So you're not only getting oily, but you're getting sweaty. Like your armpits are just sweating. You just feel disgusting, you know? And it does get really busy. So when I was working at this restaurant on the island, it was not uncommon for us to, we had a screen. There was a screen, like a computer screen that we would look at, and it would tell us like how many medium fries we needed to have ready, how many large fries you need to have ready. It's like a POS system. It's connected to a POS system. So this computer that is interconnected in the whole restaurant basically tells you like exactly how much of each item you need to have ready at the specific time. So I can look up at this screen and I see that I need to have 10 medium fries ready to go, six medium onion rings, 12 chicken strips, you know, so however many like fried fish or whatever. So that's how you keep track of how many items you're supposed to have. When it's really busy at like the normal restaurant I worked at, my hometown restaurant, when it was really busy, you know, it would be like 13 medium fries, maybe like 6 small fries, 8 large fries, you know, 20 chicken strips. It was manageable. It was manageable. The fry station at my hometown restaurant was not bad. But working on the island, I'll never forget the night. It was 4th of July. 4th of July, the busiest night in a restaurant I've ever worked. That's a whole story in itself. I'll make a video about the 4th of July. But I remember looking up at the screen, the rush that we had before and after the fireworks. I remember seeing like 80 medium fries, 60 large fries, like 50 small fries, fucking goddamn 50 like things of onion rings, like 80 chicken strips. Dude, when me and my buddy saw that, our mouths literally dropped. Cause that's like an insane amount of food when you think about it. And we just knew that we were gonna be there for like the next like 2 hours, just non-stop grinding. And that was like, that was a terrible moment. That was a really terrible moment. Cause like every time, so we have like a little cooler next to the fry station. There's a little refrigerator. And that's where you put like your bags of like frozen french fries, frozen onion rings, chicken strips. We would, you know, so part of the fry station is, so you have to drop the, you know, right intervals. So when you drop like a bunch of french fries, you can't just fill up the basket to the max because the temperature of the grease will dramatically drop. So there's a rhythm to it. You have to drop like the correct amount of french fries, the correct amount of onion rings, because if not, they all get stuck together and it's just like a huge mess. And trying to get it out of the fry basket, like they can get stuck in the basket if you put like too many onion rings or too many french fries. It's just a pain in the ass. And so there's like an ideal like amount of like fries that you can put in the basket. And then there's also a timer. There's a time. You could burn the fries. You could undercook them also. And people will get fucking pissed off and you have to make more. And it'll fuck up like your whole rhythm. If you ever worked in a restaurant, you know like when you're in a good rhythm, everything is like running smooth, it's not that bad. But when someone's like food gets fucked up and you have to like make something on the fly, making something on the fly is just making something from scratch fast in the middle of like your order of operations of making the food. So let's say you work in a restaurant and you have to make like this meal and that meal, and there's a certain order, and if you go in order, it's fine, you can handle it. But oh, someone complained that their fucking burger was like raw or some shit. Well, now you have to make a new burger on the fly. So you just have to make it and stop what you're doing, the sequence that you're in. And it just messes up your whole like rhythm of like working. So we had to do a lot of stuff on the fly because everything was coming out like kind of not perfect, because we were having to make so many french fries, so many onion rings. The grease temperature kept dropping and we kept running out of the stuff like in the bags in the freezer. So we kept having to run to like the deep freezer, the walk-in, which is, the walk-in is like this fucking gigantic freezer in a lot of restaurants that holds like majority of the food. It keeps the food like nice and cold, and cooks use it, the fry cooks use it, waitresses, whatever restaurant you work at, there's gonna be a walk-in freezer. We kept having to run back and forth, and let me tell you, when it was like complete pandemonium at this place, because it was so busy around the clock, people are running out of like burgers, people are running out of like ketchup packets. So it's like this whole fucking like crazy like operation, and like how everyone's working with each other, and you have to work with like every other station, and they try to make it as efficient as possible, of course, but you know, there's always going to be mistakes. You know, one person fucks up, that could throw off like the whole like kitchen like yin yang mojo, and everyone's just trying to like catch up. People are getting angry. It's a whole fucking ordeal. So yeah, me and my buddies, we one of us would like scoop the fries and put it in like the little like packages, so like a large fry pack, medium fry pack, small, and you would set it up on this like little tray, and one of us would be like dropping like the fry baskets, you know, adding the salt, actually like putting the stuff in the baskets, dropping it, running the timers. And then another one of us would just be helping to like go to the walk-in freezer, grabbing like the extra supplies, restocking the little mini freezer that we had next to the fry station. And these bags of fries are fucking huge. Like, and you can go through it like so fast during a rush. Like, you can go through like 6-7 bags fast as hell. So Port A was also, dude, there was so many hot chicks that like walked in from the beach. I remember like looking in the lobby, and there was so many beautiful girls. That's one thing. During the summer on this island, there's so many hot chicks walking around, like so many baddies. And I remember like going out there and seeing like these like beautiful chicks, and I'm just like some greasy fry cook in like nasty little uniform. I remember I asked this chick for her number, and she like basically like just disrespected me in front of my friends. She was just told me I was like a grease ball or some shit. But I mean, I was like nasty in my little uniform. I was just 16, you know, my acne and stuff. I was just, I don't know, I just went for it because I wanted to. We worked with a few cute girls there. I never like met any like, or like, I never met any girls where like it actually led to anything. I had a girlfriend at the time that also worked at Whataburger. So if I messed around with like any of these chicks, I probably would have, yeah, I got into some whole toxic situation with my girlfriend because all the Whataburger people know each other. Oh, dude, I remember there was some chick, this nasty, like, masculine chick that was like, she looked like Fiona from Shrek, the ogre version of Fiona. And she was like constantly harassing me, Kobe, and Jack. And I think she had like a crush on one of us. And she was like trying to like fucking tear me down or make fun of me or some shit for being short. And I remember she just like kept pushing it, like making jokes. And I just remember like my friend Jack was like, yo, don't let her keep doing that. You should say something, like it'll be funny. And me and my friends were like low-key savages. I didn't want to like hurt this girl's feelings. Like I was kind of just trying to ignore it because I just wanted to work. And I remember she like came back again and like tapped my shoulder and made another joke. And I looked at her and I was like, you look like a fucking man. And she literally started bawling, crying, like ran out of the fucking restaurant. And I just remember me and my friends were just like laughing our asses off. And you know, she stopped messing with me. I kind of felt a little bit bad after that because I probably could have been a little bit nicer. I shouldn't have. But yo, I was 16. Like, it wasn't the first time. I had a real bad problem when I was younger of like just saying like fucked up shit to people sometimes. But it was usually after like they started like messing with me, you know, like I didn't want to turn the other cheek. I would try to turn the other cheek, but eventually I would just get like fed up with it and I would cuss them out or something, or just say something really like nasty about their appearance. And yeah, I used to do that at work. People I was like having trouble with at work, I would just cut them down, say like some fucked up shit. I don't do that anymore though. I haven't had to do that in a long time, thank God. I just cut people off like that now. I just stopped talking to them. It's like whatever. But I'm kind of rambling on now. That was yeah, we spent a summer working at this restaurant on the island, and there's many more stories than that. But that was just a few little stories about kind of an interesting experience, and I definitely don't regret it. It was rough, but it gave me something to do, and I made a little bit of extra money while working in fast food. So yeah, that was the first time I was really tested to my limit as far as working. You know, that moment where you just like fucking feel like you're been squeezed dry, you know, you just want to go home. All right, I gotta go. Peace out, guys.